call the meeting to order, and we have a quorum this morning, Commissioner Fund and myself. And at this point, I would like to welcome back Colonel Averill. We've missed you. We really have. I'm saying that seriously because
you have your spots.
Yes. So anyway, but I'm glad you're feeling better and glad to have you back. With that, we're going to let you, if we do so kindly, to the flag salute.
I move that we approve the minutes of October 24th, 2016.
Second. Motion is made and seconded to approve the minutes of October 24th, 2016. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passed. Public comment. He did. I saw it.
Signed up?
I did see it.
Okay.
I'm Ron Averill from Centralia area, not in the city, but just over the border. What I'm reporting on this morning is on Saturday, the Lewis County Republican Central Committee. And to distinguish between the Central Committee and our monthly meetings, which are conducted by our executive board, the Central Committee consists of all of the precinct committee officers in the county. And of course, the purpose of our meeting was to select nominees for the county clerk in accordance with the process set down by the RCWs. We had 29 of our 46 PCOs showed up, except for Steve Wold. And if your system, your microphone system doesn't work, blame Steve on it, because we were counting on him to make sure that it worked properly. And we mucked around with it, but got things going. We had 6 candidates that applied to the Central Committee to be considered. And the 3 who were selected in rank order were Carla Shannon, Tiffany Walker, and Scott Tenney. You probably know the first 2. They worked in the clerk's office in the past. Scott is a resident of Lewis County, but works in the Thurston County Clerk's office. And so those are the 3 that we pass forward to you for your consideration. And as you know, the law says that you may select whoever of those 3 you want. You do not have to follow the rank order that the party provided to you, but those are the selections. And Mark Anders, our chair, will be sending you a letter confirming this. Thank you very much.
He did it this morning. And we've scheduled meetings, or we're going to schedule meetings on the afternoon of the 9th to interview those candidates. And it is an open meeting, so if people want to observe us during that interview process, they can. Okay. Thank you,
sir. Any other comments? Okay.
I move that we approve the notice agenda, items 1 and 2, resolution number 16-288 and 289.
Second.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Martin, Public Works Director, County Engineer. Speaking to item number 1, Resolution 16-288, Notice of Public Hearing for the proposed 2017 Annual Construction Program, ACP, and 6-year Transportation Improvement Program, TIP, for the years 2017 through 2022. So this resolution will give notice of the hearing November 14th, 2016, for the adoption of the 6-year Transportation Improvement Program and the 2017 Annual Construction Program. RCW 3681-121 requires all counties to prepare and adopt and submit a 6-year TIP for proposed road and bridge construction prior to the county's budget adoption each year. So copies of this program will be furnished to both WashDOT and the County Road Administration Board. And pursuant to WAC 13616, all counties are required to prepare and adopt and submit an annual construction program for proposed road and bridge construction prior to the county's budget adoption for the forthcoming year, which is 2017. So this hearing will go over both of those documents, and they're attached there with the resolution. Any questions?
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Lee Napier, Director of Community Development, speaking on notice item number 2, Resolution 16289. So before the board is a request to set a public hearing to consider draft ordinance 1270, which revises the comp plan and zoning code. And with respect to this particular action, the applicant and landowner has asked that the county consider rezoning their 40-acre parcel that's located at Bowman Road from forest resource land to rural development 5. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded to adopt the notice agenda, resolutions number 16-288 and resolution number 16-289. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, passed.
I move that we approve the consent agenda, items 3 through 10, resolution number 16-290 through 297.
Second.
Good morning, Commissioners. Suzette Smith, Chief Accountant, Auditor's Office, Financial Services Division, here to present to you agenda items number 3 and 4. Agenda item number 3 is resolution number 16-290. This is the weekly approval of warrants for payment of claims against the various county departments. Last week, we issued 409 regular warrants, number 757352 through 757627. And 757757 through 757889, for a total dollar amount $1,897,921.42. In addition, we note the skip in sequence warrants number 757628 through 757756. These warrants were issued on behalf of our special purpose districts, and their commissions approve those warrants on their own. Agenda item number 4 is resolution number 16-291, and it is requesting your approval to cancel 2 warrants, warrant number 756084 and 750102. The total dollar amount of both of these warrants totaled $650.67. Both of these warrants were issued with duplicate invoices, and so they will not be reissued, just be canceled. Any questions? Thank you.
Are you going to put your hat back on?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Morning, Commissioners. Steve Walton, Central Services Director. Excuse me. Speaking to item number 5 on the consent agenda, resolution number 16-292, authorizing the Central Services Director or his designee to sign contract with Tyler Technologies for the purchase of a new financial system. Excuse me. This has been a long project in work. In 2014, the Board of County Commissioners established a goal to replace the existing finance system, which is over 20-plus years in age, with a modern integrated enterprise resource planning system, in other words, a new finance system, to meet current and future requirements. Over the course of the 2 years, the committee explored options within the finance system industry, that will meet county needs into the future, resulting in the selection of Tyler Technologies in their Munis system. We're a member of the National Joint Powers Alliance, so that means we can purchase this system through a competitively procured and awarded cooperative contract. Negotiations and legal review of both the contract and the accompanying statement of work have concluded. This resolution authorizes the Central Services Director or his designee to award a contract to Tyler Technologies for software purchase, system implementation, year 1 maintenance service, and estimated travel expenses totaling approximately $1.1 million plus applicable Washington State sales tax. Funding for this project does not come from the general fund. This project will be funded from Fund 301, which contains funds assigned for capital facilities projects. We had a real good team, that a committee that comprised our committee from the treasurer's office, the auditor's office, IT, Public Works, budget, fiscal. So we had a really good cross-representation of experts that wound up selecting this product for the county. We're confident that this will move us into the out years ahead in a good fashion. In fact, some of our neighboring counties to the north are using the same system, so we know it works for Washington counties. Are there any questions?
Just a comment. This has been, as you said, a long time in progress, and multiple people involved. And I appreciate all the efforts, because this did not come easy. This was just not, okay, we'll go buy this. You guys took a long time in evaluating and looking at the costs and what we needed. So thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Steve, could you give us a little background, though, on the system we currently have as far as why it's so critical to move forward with the new system?
I can. The AS400, in fact, Suzette might be best to speak to this. She works with it daily, and it is 20-plus years old, and we have had some hiccups of late. If Suzette would like to comment further.
Absolutely.
That's right. Good morning, Commissioners. The current system that we have is a legacy system. It's been in use for over 20 years. It is a robust system, has served us very well. However, it cannot be modified to suit our current needs. Many of our current needs have to do with our payroll and how our employees are working for various departments. It can't separate that. We don't have anybody who writes the Cobalt language. And so when we have a hiccup, we have to consult with the ASI, who've been very good to keep us rolling. And they are located in Bend, Oregon. So it will be nice to have our own IT team here to assist us. We are also the only county in the state of Washington still using this particular system. So we have no one to go to if we have even a small error or a small issue we need help with. With the Munis system, Thurston County, Mason County, and several other counties are already using the system, and we are on very good terms with the people in those financial departments. In fact, we have a little users group just among ourselves that will be very beneficial. So the old system worked very well for us and continues to go.
Knock on wood.
It will be nice to have a new system that will meet more of our needs.
And when will this be integrated into the new system? Be integrated, because this is not like turning on a light switch. I know that.
It's not an overnight process.
No.
I'm thinking 2 years. We'll start soon. They already
Yeah.
have us on the list, but I'm thinking it'll be about 2 years when it is actually rolled out to the other departments, and someone in each of those departments will be entering in their own invoices, and then we will be auditing them, hopefully viewed on a screen from scanned documents instead of from receiving paper documents, although the paper documents will still need to be retained.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lee Napier, Director of Community Development, speaking on consent agenda item number 6, Resolution 16293. The action before the board is to rescind Resolution 16-273 and to put this resolution in place, which would increase the amount in a cash flow loan from current expense to the Packwood Airport. So it would increase the loan amount for up to $900,000, and this is a loan that is for the purpose of being reimbursed. So our current granting authority, FAA, requires us to first pay bills before they will fully reimburse us for bills. And in order to make that happen, this particular fund, which is the 405 fund, must have adequate funds to begin with. So we're asking you to increase for cash flow purposes. The board is not loaning money to the airport other than for the purpose of having funds available for reimbursement.
Okay. And it's looking very good up there, by the way.
It is. We have some videos or some clips to show you. I'm still not currently open. We need to complete the striping, and we'll be working with the community this spring to host something grand.
Good.
Thank you.
Eric Martin, Public Works Director, County Engineer, speaking to item number 7, resolution number 16-294, the proposed acquisition of additional right-of-way for Lincoln Creek Road, Centralia. This is a little bit of right-of-way that we are looking to acquire for a ongoing safety project that we have. It's locally funded. Reva, will you throw up the map? You know where, there you go. So as you can see, it's just west of Echo Road on Lincoln Creek Road, in that little dashed hatch triangle right there. It's 0.08 acres. And again, we have a narrow spot in the right-of-way there. We just need that to install some guardrail for that corner there. So pursuant to RCW 08 or 808-010, that authorizes counties to acquire property deemed necessary by the Board of County Commissioners. Any questions? Okay.
Thank you.
I'm also speaking to number 8 and 9, resolution number 16-295, establishing no parking zones on Ives Road. This is a little bit of housekeeping. Back in, I think it was 2011, the Archdiocese built a housing project there on Ives Road, and as part of the project, they were required to do some improvements to Ives Road. They added curb gutter and sidewalk, as well as a parking area. So there is parking that's allowed along Ives Road, along the curb there. But in doing so, we determined that there's some areas that we should not have parking near the intersections, both out on Harrison, at Sandra, and in the middle where Washington Way tees into Ives from the south. And so at the time, we established those with some signage and some striping, but it was never done through a resolution. So this will help just with any enforcement that's needed out there for this parking. Any questions? Okay. Item number 9, resolution number 16-296. Approving a local agency agreement and federal aid project prospectus between Lewis County and Washington State Department of Transportation for the Jackson Highway Rehabilitation Project, County Road Project, or CRP 2175D. So this resolution would approve funding for just the design portion of this project. The project is, just to let you know what it is, it's about a mile of Jackson Highway that'll be ground and overlaid. So basically grinding the pavement down and bringing it back up with 35 hundredths of new pavement. This portion is just for the design, and so the money from federal highways would be $43,250 with a 13.5% match of $6,750 for the preliminary engineering phase for a total of $50,000. This is money that we passes through WashDOT from federal highways for these types of projects through their surface transportation program. And so once we have the design done and it gets approved, then we will probably be back to authorize the rest of the funding for that project. Total funding for the project is about $1.29 million. Any questions?
Where is this located on Jackson?
Yeah, sure. So from the city limits, Chehalis city limits, which is right there about Fire District 6, right just past there, to Chehalis Valley Drive. So it's about a mile. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And number 10 is approving a personal service agreement with Robert Wiedner. And Robert Wiedner is involved in helping us in DC regarding our timber dollars that we don't get or we get late. So he's one of the advocates that a number of us counties work with in order to keep pushing the envelope on getting more dollars from our timber.
And obviously, he is negotiating, or not negotiating, he's lobbying for the Secure Rural Schools Fund, which I believe the county takes in about $1 million for that. And so that's very, very critical, and I know that there's a lot of congressional fighting over this, and so hopefully we're not sure where it is right now. It's looking good, but we're not sure, for sure.
It's election season.
If I can just add a little bit of history to that, this is an agreement we've had for well over 10 years. And it's not just Lewis County, there are 13 timber
Correct.
counties that participate in supporting Mr. Widener back there. He's really done a terrific job for us. The federal law, of course, changed when we quit doing the federal government quit doing a lot of logging. These counties got money from that logging. And so to replace that, they came up with the Secure Rural Schools Fund. And it was really more than that. Some of it went to highways, so we benefited in that regard. Some of it did go to rural schools, but OSPI siphoned it all off. So all the money that came in from there saved the state money. And then we had some local projects. We were able to get equipment to fire departments. Usually trucks and things of this nature, and we had a local project that we supported in the schools, the Discovery Project that we had. So it's really good fun, but every year that had to be renewed.
Yes.
And every year, of course, when we're sitting there and our budgets don't get approved, it gets put off, and so we're generally getting our money a year late.
Last year, we were supposed to get it in October. We got it in February.
Yeah, so it's been a real struggle, and the fact that it keeps going and we still have promise in this area is that Widener has helped us there in Washington. It's been a very, very successful program. It's well worth the costs that we have, and I think you get to help pay for it. At least you used to.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? A motion is made and seconded to approve the consent items, resolutions number 16-290 through numbers 16-297. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passed.
Seeing no further business on our agenda, I move that we adjourn.
A motion has been made and second. Motion is made and second to adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Passed. Thank you.
Coming.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all four corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover Lewis County.